Hey y'all, it is March the 1st and I'm out here in the middle of a wheat field wearing a swimsuit, which can only mean one thing. We're about to work on the irrigation. So this is a center pivot, one of the many center pivots we use, and this particular one, as it sits up all during the winter, the inside of that galvanized pipe rusts. And when you start it off at the start of each year, the little fine tips up here get stopped up. So that little rust gets in there and stops it up, so we have to go down it and unstop them. But it's not that simple. In order to get it fully cleaned out, you got to unstop it while it's running. Yeah. So you can pretty much jump off a boat in the middle of the ocean and you won't get as wet as you will unstopping these tips while it's running. It's that kind of wet. The first step is this thing right here is called a sand trap. So I'm gonna pop this sand trap off, and then I'm gonna fire the water up, and a crap ton of water is gonna come out of that sand trap. And it's gonna blow out a whole bunch of the rust, most of the rust, and mud, and anything else maybe in the pipe. And while that water's blowing out, I'm gonna walk this baby back toward the lane, because I can't drive my truck out here in the wheat field. And when it gets to the lane, the grass lane, I'm gonna cut off the wheel so it's not walking. I'm gonna set it still, leave the water running. And I'm gonna get one of our helpers to drive the truck. I'll get J-Hawk probably drive the truck down it, and I'll stand in the back of the truck and take off each one of these tips and put it back on while it's running. It's kind of like someone standing right here with a water hose, and they're squirting it as hard as to go wide open, and they say take the nozzle off and put it back on while I'm squirting it on your face. That's kind of like what it's like. I know your question that you're dying to ask. Hey Pat, why y'all irrigating wheat in first week of March? Well, it is really unusually dry here for this time of year. It's usually not this dry. We're having a little issue preparing land, and we've put out a herbicide on this wheat, so we need to get that herbicide watered in. And man, it's getting dusty here. I got the irrigation actually on the peas right now, on the sweet peas, trying to get the last little sweet peas germinated and up. So yeah, it's an unusual early spring we're having. So this is the first step in cutting the water on. And you don't just go to the pivot point, hit a button, and the water cut on. It ain't never that simple. We're down here at the pond. This one's got a river screen on it. We got an electric pump, and if it was middle of the summer, there would be water up this pipe further, and we could just turn this valve right here and use the water, the back pressure, to refill this and reprime it. But it ain't ran since last summer, so we got to hand prime it. We're gonna take turns on this pump pumping it, and it's sucking the water all the way up from out there. It's got to fill this whole pipe up and get it all loaded up with water. So we're gonna be here in a minute, get the thing pumped up, then we'll shoot the water up the hill to the pivot. There we go. Pumping unit has what's called a river screen on it. This screen right here, we have some valves up here we'll adjust it, push the water back down here to the screen, and we get them adjusted right. That screen is spin round and round, and the spinning action keeps the screen clean, and that's what keeps our pumping water clean. Instead of letting all this stuff in the pond be in the pipe and stopping up the irrigation, the water has to suck to that screen. All all the dirty pond stuff gets stuck on the outside of that screen, and that water cleans it off as it goes by. River screen helps keep this crap out of your irrigation. As stated, it is March the 1st. So it is a little chilly out here, and you can't try not to get wet. You can't, I mean, the water's freaking cold, and it's cold. You can't just try to get a little bit in there. You just gotta get in it. You just gotta get in it, absorb it, let it be. It's gonna be cold, and you just gotta get in it. Man up. So here we go. I'm walking and spotting them for him. That end gun ain't going back and forth. I'm gonna see if I can make it work. So the end gun wasn't working properly. So I took this shovel, I threw it up there until I could hit it and make it start turning. Now that it started turning, it should continue to work properly. It should. We'll make sure it goes all the way back and all the way back and forth a couple times. Make sure it don't stop. Lord, did you? Y'all probably can't see it, but if you look way back on that hill, you can see the pivot running. End gun still working. Jay just got in his truck, headed back, which is good, because pretty sure I'm going to drive home naked with the heater on. I'm about to freeze. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate the views. We'll see y'all next time.